Hi!
Hi, 3.3, solving inequalities using multiplication and division.
Just the same thing as yesterday, except for multiply and divide. That's
Got it.
our objective today, guys. So, again, this information is not in your notes, and you're probably looking at your paper like, where is it?
Right.
Well, it's on page 178 in your book. We didn't want to take up all the space in your notes because we know we talk about it here, and it's in your book to reference.
Yep.
So
if you ever get confused, just flip back to page 178 and you'll be good.
Yep, okay. Okie doke. Multiplying by a positive number. Well, again, it's just like what we've been doing, except for instead of an equal sign, we have an inequality. So we're going to do the same thing. So,
we're just solving for x.
Yeah, we want to isolate that term or that variable. So we multiply by 2, or multiply by the denominator there, and we end up with -6. Now, do we need our key or are we good?
Well, hopefully we can just flip back and look at this. But remember that if there's no equal to, then it is an open circle.
Open circle, because that value is not included in the solution.
Correct. Otherwise, it is.
Otherwise, it's closed circle, because then that value is. So this -6 is not included, so we are going to do an open circle at -6, and we're going to shade any value that is less than -6, which just happens to be the way that the arrow is pointing.
Correct. As long as that variable's first, that rule applies.
But if the variable's not first, you probably just need to think with your brain.
Right. Here, when you shade, just make sure that you go all the way and then do the arrow as well. The reason the arrow is important is because it doesn't just stop
at the end of the number line.
Right.
It goes on forever and ever.
That's it.
Okay.
This is my choir pose.
Multiplying by a negative number, which ultimately we're dividing by a negative number, but because it's a reciprocal, well, I guess we're not really. Well, anyways, but I digress.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to, again,
do the same thing we've always tried.
So multiply by -3 or 2 over, 3 over -2.
There you go, the reciprocal.
Yes.
Okay, so here it just cancels out, and I'm left with this w. So bring that down. Over here, 2 times 3 is 6 over -2.
Ha!
But, well, yeah.
Yeah, when you divide by a negative, you have to flip the sign over. There is a long drawn-out explanation as to the why that is. Ultimately, when you multiply or divide by a negative number, it changes the sign, and so that flips which side of the number line it's on.
Correct.
Okay, which side of 0 it's on. So that's why you have to flip the sign over. So in this case, we flipped our sign.
Here's your handy-dandy reminder that is on your paper.
And you can always look there.
Yeah.
And now we can shade. We're going to shade to the left or to the less than side. Cool.
And there's the pretty one without all of our chicken scratches.
Okay.
Keep going. Same thing. Do this on their own?
Yeah, go ahead and pause the video now.
All right.
There's your answer.
Yeah, hopefully you got the same one as us. So right here, w is less than or equal to -4.
Flipped that sign. So now we're going to put a closed circle, or closed dot, whatever you want to say, on -4, and shade everything less than. I love the highlighter color.
Me too.
It's beautiful.
Okay.
Multiplying by a negative number.
This one is a little trickier because it's just -n over 3 is less than -1. Have no fear. We've watched Witterson flips before. Yeah.
We got you covered.
What's hidden in front of the n?
A 1.
A 1. So the reciprocal is
3 over -1.
Go. Both sides. So if you're multiplying by a negative, that means that you have to reverse the sign, flip the sign, change the sign, however you want to say it. Move that sign. Yeah?
Yeah.
-1 times 3.
-3
Over.
-1. And then my sign is going to flip, right? Oh, you already flipped it. Sorry.
Already flipped it.
Flip it. All right, so open circle on 3. And n is greater than, so I'm going to shade all the stuff bigger than 3.
Yep. 4 is bigger than 3.
So shade that way. Mind blown. Okay, again, another one of these key concepts things. We didn't want to take up all that space in your notes and waste all of those beautiful trees by cutting down trees and stuff. So page 180 is where you can go for this. It's basically just a redo of what we are fixing to talk about. So dividing by a positive number. A cheerleading squad earns $5.50 per car washed. How many cars does the squad need to wash to earn at least $77? So we need to have $77 or more from the cars that we're washing.
Okay.
Right? And we'd be happy with 77, so that's fine, but we also want it to be more than that.
So if I do this, that's saying 77 is the biggest.
Right.
Okay. So I should flip that.
Correct. So at least, and it has to be less or greater than or equal to.
Okay.
So washing the cars has to be greater than or equal to 77 buckaroos.
Okay.
Then, okay, so write it and then solve.
Okay.
Divide on both sides by 5.50. Oh, is the calculator still not working?
Yeah, calculator's gone, folks.
No, and I don't even have my calculator with me, so I'll have to do it with my handy dandy calculator. So my phone.
I'll do my little dance. Well,
14
There we go.
cars.
14 cars.
I should have taken longer so you guys could have seen
I
that
know.
amazing dance move.
Just kept going. So it's at least 14 cars.
Right.
So we can do more cars. But guys, just writing this, sorry, it's not going to cut it. You still have to apply it.
Yeah, you have to say, need to wash at least 14 cars, or greater than or equal to 14
Yep.
cars. I'd be okay with that.
Or 14 cars or more. Just make
Lots
it a real world.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay, what are the solutions of this bad boy?
Negative 5a is greater than or equal to 20.
Now, the coefficient is negative, so we still have to pay attention to the direction of the
Got it.
sign, right? So divide by negative 5, I'm dividing by negative flipperoo.
Flip it. Negative 4.
Mhm.
Okay. Close circle. Negative 4.
Mhm.
And we shade.
To the left, to the left.
I wish I knew.
Like more words to that
Yeah,
song.
that's all I got.
I probably should look it up.
Negative 5x is greater than negative 10.
Why don't you guys try this one on for size? Go ahead and pause now. Hi.
Okay. So, did you get 2?
I hope so, and I hope that you remembered to flip the sign. Open circle and shade everything that's less than 2. So 1, 0, all the
So
negatives.
travel all the way down. Make your error. Oh, what
I
happened?
didn't want you to do that.
We saw, I tried.
All right. Ooh, we're already done. Lesson check right here. Can you make that bigger for us, Whit?
On it.
Oh, man. Okay, so remember to flip the sign if and only if you are dividing by a negative or multiplying by a negative.
You got it. Number 5 is a real world problem, so make sure you include that label.
Yes.
Okay, we'll see you
On the flip side.